Welcome to the Kyle and Jim Fantasy Football Extraordinaire.
How you guys doing?
I'm good. Back to the fantasy half of the show.
Yeah, still doing well.
Let's kick her off like we always do. The fat bet results of the week. So the bet this week was Jets versus Browns. Jets win. So congrats to Mike, Heebs, Jackie, Vicky, and Richard. Next week, the fat bet is going to be Vicky versus Kyle. Not pick 'em though. We're going to do total points scored by both teams. Whoever's within 10 points will get their $5. So if you think we're going to combine for 150 and we score 161, you get nothing. If you think we're going to score 150 and we score 169, you will get your $5. I mean, I feel like it's... So it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying? Yeah. If the number you call out is within 10 of our actual... the combined score of the two of us. We are both 2-8 teams, and I think we're both projected for like 80. It's not pretty. Based on what I looked at, I don't know if we've set our lineups yet. My lineup will suck either way. But someone's getting to 3 wins this season. I don't know who it's going to be. Hopefully me.
We'll see. She looks like she might be competing with you for that trophy. She's having a rough season.
Yeah. If you guys lose, I'll figure out a way to present. I'll figure out a way you can have it in your house. Out the dildo. I'll put like a stick or something in there instead.
Probably not the best with the 9-year-old that's probably going to have kids over or whatever house we get all the time.
I know. Yeah, and there's always been the exception of if you have kids, you don't have to display it. But I'll get like a dumb looking stick and just put it there instead.
I don't need
a trophy with like a little shitty stick.
Leo's I suck with the parents that have a giant dildo in their basement.
Yeah. Display in a covered case. But I mean, yeah, that's the way it's looking for the losers bracket. But I mean, you just gotta win one game in the end. I won a couple. Vicky's won a couple. You can get out of the losers bracket just like that. The Malort shot. I don't think we did one last week, right?
Not that I can recall.
I've been pretty bad at these. Like, I feel like I miss them all the time. Like, we do the Malort shot, and then we get sidetracked, and then we don't fucking make one for next year or for next week. And anyways, I'm just gonna do a shot of Malort anyways as a punishment for not doing one.
Jim Malort, I was not able to today.
Yeah, well, and I think it was before we were recording, but Jackie did your shot last week because last time you were here, we bet on what did we bet on? Who would win by more, the Packers versus the Panthers or the Lions versus the Vikings?
Oh yeah,
and we both lost. Yeah, and we both lost by exactly 3 points. Yeah, and I was like, well, that's a tie. It's like we both lost. We both won by -3. Whatever. I mean, neither one of us won. We lost by the exact same amount.
Yeah, that was just a loss all around.
But you're lucky because Jackie was on last week and she decided to do your Malort shot for you. So.
I will get some alert for next episode, and I will take a shot that is owed from me, not Jackie. But I do appreciate Jackie stepping in for me last week.
Text me your address. I can get some to you.
I can do that too.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
Sounds good. I'll let you know after the podcast.
Just drop off a case at your house.
Yeah, whole case.
Yeah. You know, I'm just polishing off that Malort every week.
Yeah, but okay, so anyways, I'm making a Malort shot bet for next week. Right now. So we don't forget about it. So the Packers, over under of 6.5 points at halftime. If you're betting on the season,
who are they playing?
The Giants.
The Giants.
Ooh.
6.5 points.
They're going to be over.
It could score more than that. That's what I say every week, and we never do. I'm taking the over. I mean, I can't not take the over.
Then I'll take the under.
He's taking the under.
Hey, the Packer fan.
And we can all take the over, and I'll do a shot next week when they don't do it. I think it's fine.
I think they're going to harass Jordan Love all the first half and McManus will get a couple of field goals. They'll get 6 points in the first half.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was like, do we get 2 field goals in the first half, or do we get a touchdown?
I see a touchdown
That's
and
the
field goal.
question.
I'm thinking they're gonna have 10. I think they're gonna start out hot because everyone's talking shit. They're gonna have some good first drive. They're gonna score a touchdown quick. Then they're gonna sputter out and they're gonna score a field goal mid-second quarter. Give them 10 points and they're gonna go into the half 10-7.
On the floor is like, oh shit, everyone's talking about firing me now. Maybe I should start trying to do my job again. But anyways, yeah, that's what it's at. 6.5. Me and Jim have the over. Heebs has the under. The fab spending of the week. So Carson's picks up Luke Musgrave for $15. No other bids, so not a great value. But without Tucker Kraft there, I mean, he's the number one tight end option on the team. But if your offense sucks, I ain't gonna get you very far. So I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's a pickup. He also needed a tight end. I didn't really look at his roster to see what justified that, but everyone likes to have a Packer on their team. And not everyone, but 10, 12, 5, 6 of the league enjoy having Packers on their team.
Can't think of the last time I've had a Packer because they always get overdrafted by a round or two from when I would overdraft them. So it's like I had Jordy Nelson back in the years.
I was gonna say back in the heyday, there were a lot of first round, Eddie Lacy was a first round. No, Eddie Lacy was before we did this league.
No,
Aaron Jones was never.
Oh, this league, yeah, he would have been near the end of his career when we started this league. You're right.
He might have been in the first round, the first year we did this.
Jordan
Nelson and Devontae Adams were obvious.
Devontae Adams, first rounder for a while.
Yeah, Jordy was too for a while.
5 quarterback almost his whole career. But then
but you've never been a big early quarterback guy, so you would never drafted him.
Right. I know I had Jordy Nelson one of the years before he really blew up. His first really good year because he went in the 4th round. And I kind of liked him. I think that was one of the few times I got a Packer.
Yeah, and we never have tight ends. Aaron Jones was never a first rounder.
Jamal Williams. Good, I've had Jamal Williams in some of the years
as a Packer,
a decent backup. Yep, he actually helped me win a fantasy championship one year. It was his rookie year. He got some playing at the end of the season, and I was a team kind of like what Lee was last year. I started out really bad. I went on a streak. I thought I missed the playoffs, but then their league went to week 17, so I had one more week, and I made the playoffs, and won the whole thing. But Jamal Williams is a key contributor to 2 of my wins, I remember, because he had 25 and 30 points in back-to-back games in the playoffs.
His rookie year was the same year as Aaron Jones's rookie year.
Yep.
If I recall correctly. And Mike McCarthy is an idiot and preferred Williams that whole fucking season. And the next season, too, if I recall correctly. He just hated Aaron Jones.
Jones kind of passed.
I think it was Rodgers.
2 years.
Well, from what Aaron Jones' story is Rodgers was the only reason he became the starting running back of the team. Was Rodgers was like, dude, put fucking Aaron Jones in here. I need Aaron. He didn't even say Aaron Jones. He said his number, I think, is what it was. But he's like, I need him in here. Put Jones in here. Jones needs to be in here for this play. In games, he's like, no, Jamal Williams, you're out. Aaron Jones, you're in. I need this guy. He's played with him. He's like, I know who can catch a pass. I know who can get the screen pass or get the dump off and make some shit happen. And yeah, Aaron Rodgers loved Aaron Jones, and I think that's
you can
what
even
made his
tell
career.
when they met up a game or two ago. They were dating each other up. You could tell they're very close. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. As much hate that Rodgers gets from the media, he's loved by his teammates for the most part, outside of Greg Jennings.
Even Greg Jennings nowadays, Greg Jennings gives him respect. When he first left, though, yeah, he talked a lot of shit. But sidetracked. What do you know? Back to the fab spending. We talked about Luke Musgrave and got into a tire. Yeah. Tiff picked up Fairbairn, the kicker, for $10. So $10 for a kicker. I don't know about that. Not my personal preference. Could add him for one.
Should go back like 5 years and look at all the capital Tiff has put into the kicker position because she always drafts one like really early. She just put $10 in fab bets. I just want to see like the accumulated amount of money and points she put towards her kicker for 5 years compared to like the average person. Just to prove if like this
That would be fun to look at.
See, it would be nice because she did the
I
same
don't
thing
think
with
you can.
defense, too.
Yeah, I don't think you can look back at years past spending.
No, you'd only get to see like games. I think even if you.
Yeah, there's no way they would track that far back.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
stats, but not a lot.
now that I write these up and I have them up, they're saved on my computer. I guess spending, I could look at like who spends the most on kickers, but that'd be going forward for like this year.
Well, right now I think that's going to go to Karsten's because he spent $20 on Dicker the Kicker last year. So I mean, he's still probably holding true.
Yeah. But I mean that'd be a fun stat to see. I do think at some point, maybe like week 12 or so, I'm going to look back and I will do the math of all the players I traded away to see what would have happened with my team had I not traded them away. And granted, there will be a little bit of what if, because like I would try to say like I would have benched him to put him in versus bench him to put him in. Like I'll try to be honest with my assessment of who I would have had as my starting lineup. Not just be like, oh, that guy who I randomly put in went off, and I would have started him. Like, nah, I probably wouldn't have started him. I would have started, Jamar Chase. And I was thinking about the other day, like, you know what? It'd be worth the hour and a half to 2 hours of my day to look at this and be like, did I really fuck up? Would I have been a contender this year? Because I am looking at these scores and I'm like, damn, Jamar Chase has been good. Jake London's been good. DK Metcalf, not so much. Matt Stafford's been very good, though. So I'm like, damn, I turned away 4 very good players that have been doing very good since I traded them away.
You obviously are 0-4, but you blew up your team mostly because of Burrow getting injured, right? And you just thought it was like double whammy. You probably would have had about the same production with Stafford and Chase just with Flacco as you would have.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, your team
I thought
probably
both
wasn't
of them.
even any worse than you thought. It was probably the same team the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think I am going to go back and do that math just to see what would have happened. Which there's going to be some caveats of, well, if I didn't trade that player to that team, then they wouldn't have had him to beat me and blah, blah, blah. But
you can still kind of.
I didn't need Jamar Chase to beat
you.
You
Made the playoffs. Like if you would have made the playoffs, that would be interesting to know.
I mean, that's even if I was on the cusp of it, like that's still interesting. But yeah, that's the fab spending of the week. Trade block, nothing. Nobody traded anybody this week. Injuries, though. Bam Knight, the hot waiver wire pickup of last week. He left with an ankle injury, did not return. So, everyone was fighting over him last week. Jackie was talking about trading her first-round pick for next year for Bam Knight at one point, I believe. She really needed a running back. Way to tell her it's illegal to trade your first-round pick, but couldn't get it done. Anyways, yeah, he's hurt. Ankle. Not good for a running back. Dalton Kincaid left the game with a hamstring injury, did not return. I don't have an update, but hamstrings, 1 to 3 weeks is usually what it is. Devontae Adams left the game with an oblique injury. McVay said he could have returned if needed, but they were whooping ass, so he didn't care. I think it's exactly what he said about Puka the week prior. Is he got hurt during the game, but could have came back, but we're whooping ass, so leave him out. Jackson Dart, this is one of the big ones of the week. Concussion protocol. Keep an eye on it if he's your starter, Heebs. I don't know. Concussions are weird. Yeah, I mean, concussions are weird. You can just randomly clear it one day, or you can not, and you can miss a week, or you can miss 5 weeks. Like it's hard with a concussion.
He's had a couple already, right? This season. I'm gonna look.
He's been in. He got put to the tent a few times, but I don't think he's ever been ruled with a concussion yet.
Gotcha.
Because I think actually, like, his first or second one is when he had it and he went to the tent. They wound up clearing him, but when he was in the tent, Scattaboo just walked into the tent to check on him. That was during the whole Scattaboo, Jackson Dart, bromance thing that was going on. And then Scattaboo got a $10,000 fine. Gayball got a $100,000 fine. And yeah, it's like, dude, you can't go into the tent as a player. You can't just poke your head into the tent and be like, hey, you okay, bud? Like, I understand you want to do it. Like, he's your teammate, he's your friend. You want to check on him. I was like, dude, the tent's there for a reason. You can't do that. And so, but Jackson Dart did get cleared on that one.
Up there in his head, like there's like video footage of him like slamming his head into a concrete wall when he was in college. Like the guy's just a walking concussion. Probably doesn't know where he is half the time.
But yeah, well, that's not what did in Scattaboo. Scattaboo broke his ankle in half. Jackson Dart's the one with the concussion. And then the only other injury I had was Romeo Dobbs left with a chest injury and did not return. That was yesterday, so I don't have an update on. I don't have an update on most of these, to be perfectly honest. Those were the injuries. When you record on Tuesday, it's kind of hard to have future prospects for these people. But if you got them, keep an eye on it.
Mom.
Shut up, Loki.
Yeah, let's get Loki's thoughts on the Lions game.
Loki's thoughts? Yeah, just a bunch of barks. He's too tired to get up nowadays. He doesn't move. He's like, no, I'm good. He's on the bed next to Vicky, so yeah.
All right. Jump into the matchup recap then. So myself versus Heebs. Heebs wins 118.68 to 78.12. Not very competitive. Not very unexpected either. But that's the score. Heebs was led by Travion Henderson. That's unexpected. Jackson Dart and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, Travion Henderson just his breakout game against me, naturally. I mean, you had a lot of people on buys and injuries. I was like, all right, actually beat Heebs. It's be hilarious.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
But then Travion has to go for fucking 25 points or whatever he had, and like 2 touchdowns, 100. One was just like a fucking 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, he had some buck wild. Yeah, that was hilarious. He had.
It was not hilarious
at all. 68, 69-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
And
did you see the video?
He got to he was so far ahead. He got to the 10-yard line and looked at the sideline to ask him if he could score or not. He's like, should I go to the end zone? And they were just pointing yeah, score.
There was the cameraman on that touchdown went into the stands, and there's this lady that he captured, and she's looking back, and she's like, holy shit, he's fast or something like that. And it's the perfect of her just saying it. It's good. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, he is by far their best running back as a runner.
Yes.
But he suffers in pass blocking. And when you got those old school coaches, they're like, dude, you don't pass block. You ain't gonna be on the field that often. And that's why he's not been on the field that often. It's like, dude, you gotta learn the whole position. You're the most dynamic. I mean, you're the most dynamic offensive running back, but you got to play the defensive part of it too. Otherwise,
Jahmyr Gibbs gave up
you ain't going on the field
pressures against the Vikings last week. That's bad. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You can get your quarterback killed if you don't block properly as a running back, especially because you're the one that's stopping the guy who's at full speed running right at you. So it's important. Those guys.
It's very important, and I get why coaches do that because, dude, these guys want to play. I mean, they've been elite their entire high school career, college career. They're like, I know I'm an elite. It's yeah, you're elite at running the ball, but you have to do this other part of the game too. And I know you really want to fucking play, and if you want to play, do this part too, or you're not gonna fucking play.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of what's going on with Travion Henderson. I mean, electric. He was electric, fantastic.
Yeah.
I think he'll start seeing his play time go up. A lot of times,
it probably will.
They'll give him half.
We'll see though.
I mean, build it up, and then it's eventually it's the talent just outweighs the potential issues you have with pass blocking. It's just like, okay, this guy's just too
Yeah.
explosive.
And if you want him to learn how to do it too, like you have to let him try to do it in an actual game.
Yep.
And
I mean, we'll see once Ramondre comes back, because he was out. So really, Travion was the only running back they had that game. I mean,
that's why he did this. But
I don't even know who their second stringer was. But
hey, that's all you need. You need
yeah.
that one opportunity just to show, like, oh, what I do
Yeah.
is different than the other guy. So if
Yeah.
my blocking is the best, but like I'm different, like in a good way. That'll get you playing time. He's got some top end speed, and their offense is kind of lacks that. They don't really have that big play threat. And the way they've been playing on offense, I think they kind of want that, especially going to the playoffs. So he could become a big contributor moving forward, I think.
I think he might be, yeah. But on the flip side, my team was led by Woody Marks, Juan Jennings, and Dicker the kicker. So
hey,
that's not who you want starring on your team, but that's what I got right now.
What everyone expected at the end of the beginning of the season,
Yeah.
Top end picks, Woody Marks and Juwan Jennings.
Yeah. They're leading your team. You're not in a good place in fantasy. But I got four third round picks. You can all suck my balls. Tiff versus Ashley. Tiff wins 107.54 to 64.48. Or 64.68. Ashley, that's
bad, Ashley.
A pathetic score. I don't know what's going on. You gotta score more points than that. I could have beat you, Ashley.
You would have.
If we were going up against each other, I would have had a third win. But alas, Tiff was led by Trey McBride, Josh Allen, and Nico Collins, who had a nice bounce back game. Nico Collins hasn't been that great this year, but this is a good one from him. Ashley on the flip side, Puka, Mr. Penix, and Jalen Warren. If Penix Jr. is your top scorer, that's almost worse than Juwan Jennings is your second highest scorer, in my opinion. That's bad. You don't want that on your team. It's a quarterback, but maybe she must have had a quarterback on bye. Who the fuck starts? Yeah, there's no way she started unless she has a quarterback on bye. There had to have been one.
I'm checking.
She has Mahomes.
Oh, okay, she has Mahomes. Okay, Mahomes is on bye. Fair. That's fair enough then. I mean, that's the difference in like 10 and 25 points.
I mean, he's been like the number one quarterback all year too.
Mahomes has been awesome this year. Well, he's running this year.
Yep. That's
like crazy.
They don't have a lot of talent around him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that is.
Find a way to get offense, but now they got Rice back, so I'm sure that's probably getting
that might lessen a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the running backs suck balls too, so it's either you pass the ball or you run it yourself. Because Pacheco and Kareem Hunt have not been good at all.
Early Rodgers year specials where he'd be like the leading rusher on the Packers with like 450 yards. At the end of the season, like how in the world is he the leading rusher at 450 yards? But they just never would have. They'd have like a carousel of running backs all year.
Lee versus Carsons. Lee wins 113.4 to 104.62. So a pretty close game. The first close game we've gone over. Lee was led by A-Chain with 37.5 points. Fantastic game by A-Chain. Egbuka had a great game again, and Vidal, who's been just a great pickup for Lee. Vidal's been awesome. Omarion Hampton's coming back though, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Is he out for the season?
No, he's coming back.
Yeah. Yep. So Vidal's he is a rental.
Yeah, he has like a couple.
I mean, maybe
he's been more than better than.
I was going to say, I would think by the way he's played, you've got to at least consider giving him a decent share of touches.
Yeah.
Once Hampton comes back.
He's also like a faster guy too, right? He's not like a big back, so he probably gives you.
He's smaller.
The Hampton, because Hampton's that more bruiser type of back. I mean, he's more of an all-around back, Hampton, but like Vidal definitely gives you that extra gear. So they could have a good 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, with Hampton coming back from injury, you would think, if Vidal's doing well enough, get him, maybe just do a 50-50 share there, just to keep Hampton healthy for a playoff run.
Yeah, especially if you want to ramp him up maybe to get ready for the playoffs. Maybe for like 3 games, you kind of slowly build his carries up while Vidal takes maybe the majority of the carries next week, and then the week after that's half, and then the following week then it's like 75-25 in Hampton's way. But either way, it's good to have more talent. They have a pretty solid back. I know last year he was like a rookie, and I picked him up for a game or two, and I think he did pretty solid too. A lot of speed.
Yeah, and I think Lee got him for like a couple bucks. So even if he's a 3-week rental and he's completely irrelevant after this, that's still a good pickup.
And he's got Bucky Irving that's injured, so he just needs a couple weeks to get through the Irving.
So he had that guy
injury, and then he's
fill in
back to
for a
having
bit.
2 number 1 running backs. Yeah.
Yep. Carson's on the other side was led by Kyron Williams, led McConkey, and Josh Myers. I don't have much to comment on that one other than Kyron Williams had a good game. He hasn't been quite as dominant this year as he was last year. Seems like the Rams throw it all the time when they're on like the 5-yard line instead of running it. Like last year is like Kyron Williams had what did he have, like 20 touchdowns? He had so many touchdowns.
A lot of touchdowns has helped. I think his yardage is a little bit down, but his touchdowns are down too, and I think that's the big reason for it. Because last year, he was like 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, 3 touchdowns. It was just like every game. It just felt like he was just scoring something.
This year, it's like when they get within the 5, they're just like McVay's like, fucking let Stafford throw it. We got Puka and Devontae. Just throw it to one of them.
Hall of Fame receivers, or Puka will become a Hall of Fame receiver and a Hall of Fame quarterback. You just kind of let them do. Like Stafford's actually having one of his best seasons of his career. He's been incredible this year.
I think Stafford's getting MVP this year. He's been fan-fucking-tastic. Like I don't know who could steal it from him at this point. Like it kind of looked like Baker for a little bit, but Baker had like 2 bad games in a row. We're halfway through the season.
Has a good chance if we don't lose much more for the rest of the year and Goff just keeps doing what he's doing, like he's at like 74% completion rate with like 20 touchdowns, and he's missed a game. So is Stafford. They're the only 2 quarterbacks with 20 touchdowns in the league right now. And I think Goff has less interceptions. And again, 74% completion percentage is just absurd, especially when you have 20 touchdowns and 3 picks. So I think Goff is going to be in the conversation where if it's like a year where there's not like a real good candidate, he might win like the Matt Ryan situation. If it's not that situation, I don't think he has a chance of winning, because I think you kind of need that second element like Josh Allen or Lamar have with like their legs to win.
If Jonathan Taylor gets like 3,000 total yards and 30 touchdowns, could he win the MVP?
Oh yeah.
No. I still think a quarterback would get it. They'd give it to the least shitty quarterback. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's kind of a jest. Like if a running back gets 3,000 total yards, I mean, it's not like a rushing and receiving. If he gets 3,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, which he's on pace for basically not quite that high, but
that's insane.
Total yards,
2,500 yards would probably be like more accurate. 2,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. We'll say he breaks 2,000 yards and probably has right around 400, 500 receiving yards. You need to have a pretty good quarterback season to unseat that as an MVP, because I would say that's better than Saquon's last year, and Saquon took votes away, I think, but it wasn't much, right? He had a couple votes.
I just think they're never going to give it to running back again. Doesn't matter. I mean, Saquon should have got it last year over Josh Allen. Josh Allen didn't do fun.
But see,
Adrian Peterson.
Saquon didn't have touchdowns. That was his big drawback. If Jonathan Taylor is leading the NFL in touchdowns by like 15, and he has all the yards, that's different. That's an insane.
Well, the only reason Saquon didn't have the touchdowns is because they have the tush push.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it is what it
is.
is.
Jalen Hurts is vulturing all those touchdowns.
But that's what made Saquon's season not like abnormal, right? It was like a really good RB1 season, but it wasn't like absurd. There was like so much talk all season. If you gave him like 6 more touchdowns, then it would have been like a different type of season. Like he lost probably like 10 of them from the tush push. So he should have had a better season. But yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor would get it with that 2,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. Especially when the quarterbacks are looking so far.
I don't know if he would get it. Just give it to quarterbacks. They don't even care anymore. They're like, yeah, Brock Purdy played a good half season and they made the playoffs, so we'll give it to him instead. Yeah. Mac Jones can go fuck himself. He'll be like, yeah, when Brock Purdy came back, they won every game. So Brock Purdy's the MVP.
Hey, people were saying that last year.
Had 30 fucking touchdowns.
Was it 3
Yeah.
years ago where he was like number 2 or number 3 in a lot of polls for MVP? And I'm just like, what is going on in this world? Do people not watch these games?
But anyways, next matchup, we had Jim versus Jackie. Jim wins 140.8 to 101.9. I mean, we all know why Jim won this one. Because Keyshawn Booty.
Look at that booty, show me the booty, give me the booty, I want the booty, back up the booty, I need the booty.
Did not play. It's the only reason you got away with that win, Jim.
Yep.
You got
I was
lucky.
almost just going to
Keyshawn
put
Booty.
a team after Jonathan Taylor. I was just like, I'm done for the week, right? Like,
So yeah, Jonathan
Yeah,
Taylor
dude,
scored
actually-
48.1 points. 48.1 of your 140. So he scored more than a third of your points by one
Yeah.
player. The rest of your team did not do that great, but Jared Goff and Jameson Williams of the Lions, they put together, they had a pretty good game together. So
Brees Hall got him 19 too.
yeah, well,
I just my defensive kicker didn't do anything. Everything else on my team was pretty good. I think Quinshawn didn't go over 10, but everyone else was over 10.
Rondé
Yeah.
Gadsden put up 2.8.
Oh, yeah,
so
my time. I feel like tight end, kicker, and defense are all in that same category. If they give me like over 10 points, I'm happy. Otherwise, whatever.
Jackie on the flip side, she was led by George Kittle, Drake May, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, as usual. Well,
There was
Smith
a
and Jigba
point
as usual.
in the day where I was like, okay, there's no way I'm losing this. And then I started looking, and like the projected points for me were like 128. It were like 118 or 120 for Jackie. I'm like, if I lose this game, the only time it would have been worse was when Kyle beat me in the fantasy playoffs, and Todd Gurley had 50 points like on a Thursday night, and I'm just like, it's over. There's no way I'm losing this. And I lost by like 1 point or 2 points in the playoffs too that year.
Had that random running back go for also like 40 some points.
Yeah, it's Deion Lewis.
Like almost completely in Deion Lewis, yeah. He almost completely negated your Todd Gurley performance because he went for like 40.
He
I
had
was like, all right.
He had like 28, but it was like he was like that guy that no one expected, and he had like 2 good games at the end of the year, and it was just like, come on, like, and you
Yeah, well, he was like
that one guy that was like, okay, he might do something.
Yeah.
And you got up, and
He was like the Rashad White for Peyton, or for not Peyton Manning, but Tom Brady. Like, he was like,
yeah,
hey,
he
he's
was a
an extra
cheap
receiver
target.
for me. Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
I felt that
for Jackie, like you about had to pucker a little bit when Jackson Smith and Jigga were just like opening drives, like 78-yard touchdown pass on the first fucking play of the game. It's like, oh my god, dude!
You
Like
could just do the same thing.
this might get it was looking like he might do the Jonathan Taylor right back to you, but not quite enough for Jackie. We had Mike versus Vicky. Mike wins 110.6 to Vicky's 71.42. Vicky, I would have beat you as well. Not good. Mike was led by Seattle's defense as the number one scorer. Jalen Waddle and Justin Herbert. So not good, but it's a well-rounded team. 110 points when your defense is your number one scorer. Can't complain about that. Vicky had Josh Jacobs, Ashton Genty, and DeAndre Swift. Bunch of running backs. But 71.42. Vicky, Jimmy, you might want to tell Vicky to start looking at trading some picks for players because the deadline's coming up quick. And I don't think she's in the running
reach out to
anymore.
her about Jacobs because I feel like this is like that point now where you need to push, right? So I need like one other starter. So I'm probably gonna talk to her about it or try to find a receiver like Puka or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely for anyone. If you feel like you have a shot and you feel like you need a little more for that edge, it's time to try to make a play. And yeah, if you're on the other side and you feel like you have no shot or you feel like it doesn't really pay to even if you do make the playoffs, maybe start trading off some of your assets for picks. However, you got to think now, Kyle traded his guys week 4. It's a lot harder to give him a third-round pick now when you only get a couple games for a player and you might not win it all anyway. So do you really want to annex your future?
Well, you're trading to win the championship.
Yeah.
You're trading for the last 3 weeks of the season to win the playoffs. Like the rest, can be irrelevant. Like, make the playoffs, whatever. I mean, if you think you're going to the playoffs, trade for a better player. Trade your pick away for a better. If you want to sell off next year, you don't have to. You can try to make it this year on your own accords, by all means. But I mean, if like I understand what you're saying. Like, you don't get as many games as the player, which stinks. But at the same time, it's like you're playing to win the championship, in my opinion. Like, I don't give a fuck if I make the playoffs or if I take second to last. I mean, if you take absolute last, that's kind of a bummer. But it's either first or second last. Like, go for the win.
You're gonna hurt yourself a lot next year, though. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, you could. I mean, I'm not saying sell your third, fourth, fifth, and sixth round pick. I'm not saying that, but I mean, trade a pick away and try to get a good player if you think you got a shot this year. Exactly. If you don't think you have a shot, like if you're a middling team, be like, I don't really have a shot. I'll probably make the playoffs, but I don't have a shot. Then maybe don't do that. But I was saying, Vicky, things are not looking good. I might have a better record than you after this week. There's a legitimate chance of that happening.
I mean, I just want to point out it wouldn't have mattered overall on the scoreboard, but I just find it interesting. So she started Sam Darnold over Baker Mayfield, and you would think that Sam Darnold had a pretty good game. He put up 4.92 points.
Yeah.
So he threw that opening drive touchdown to Jensen Smith and Jigba and literally did less than nothing after that.
4.92?
4.92 points.
They got
a 44-point win.
They were like 20 zip right away, and they knew that the Cardinals couldn't move the ball.
They had the two defensive touchdowns.
Yep.
So they pretty much ran the ball, and Baker put up 22.92 in a loss.
That's why
it wouldn't have mattered, but I just find that really interesting that Sam Darnold they put up 4.92 fantasy points in that big win.
His day was done after the first touchdown to Smith and Jigba. I was like, okay, defense has got 14. The Cardinals with their backup, their backup's probably better than their starter for quarterback.
It was the same dude that had two touchdowns. Who's it down on their defensive line?
Oh, it's that defense line used to play for New York. Can't think of his name right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, two defensive touchdowns. That's nuts.
Yeah.
For a defensive tackle. It's not even like he's a safety or a cornerback or something, Just defensive tackle. Lawrence something.
Oh, Dexter Lawrence?
Dexter Lawrence. There
you go.
Oh, that's the Giants guy. Isn't it?
Yeah, isn't that the same guy? Didn't you just say he was on the Giants?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, they had two defensive tackles. I might be getting the other one confused. Yep, no, that's the wrong one. It's not Dexter Lawrence. Seahawks. He's the guy that the Giants traded to the Seahawks like a couple years ago.
For some reason, I thought it was Dexter Lawrence.
No. He's smaller than that. Dexter Lawrence is a big dude. It's Leonard Williams.
Oh, Leonard. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Well, last matchup we had Poor versus Richard. Richard wins 128.4 to 80.04. So another ass whooping. Poor was led by Devontae Adams, Lamar Jackson, and Zay Flowers. But it wasn't nearly enough. Richard was led by Gibbs, Caleb Williams, and Drake London. Gibbs had a fantastic game. Caleb Williams, pretty good game. Drake London, I think he had scored 20-something for a receiver. That's pretty good. Poor, just, the Ravens won, but they didn't dominate in the way he needs them to secure wins. So, I mean, that's
when Lamar doesn't work, his team isn't going to be putting up crazy points. Like everything kind of
and they need he also needs like Ravens defense to stay terrible so that they have to keep scoring points
or just play against better offenses.
Or other teams that can keep up with them, which wasn't the case this week. I mean, Ravens defense, I think, got some points in that game too, so it kind of took away from the offensive points. But I mean, that's the nature of drafting a team, an NFL team instead of a fantasy team. Yeah, you put all your eggs in one basket, and you get these kind of weeks, especially when your quarterback got hurt for 3 or 4 weeks. He's got to eat a shoe.
I'm kind of looking at Richard's team right now. He can be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think it
Coming
seems
down
bad.
the stretch here. Caleb Williams has been putting up a lot of points. Gibbs, ETN, number 16. So surprisingly, a top 20 running back. He's got Rashee Rice, George
Drake
Pickens,
London.
Drake London,
2 top 5
Brock,
receivers the last
Brock
couple weeks.
Bowers.
Brock Bowers too. He's
Could be
bounced
the
back
best tight
huge.
end.
Yeah, I mean, Brock Bowers seems to be pretty boom or bust this year, but still,
Well, he's
like,
been-
Well, it was all busts, and then it started booming. Yeah, I think it was bust, injured, and then he's been booming since.
And he was injured
Oh.
before he got like injured. He was like playing injured.
Yeah.
A lot of people said like that was why he wasn't really doing much. As soon as he came back, he was healthy. He had like 100 yards and a touchdown in some crazy game. So him and Trey McBride are definitely the number 1 and number 2 tight ends for the rest of the year, as long as they stay healthy. That's probably not really
Yeah.
close. So that's a huge advantage, having a tight end that's probably going to dominate that position for the rest of the year.
And yeah, we're approaching the end of the season. We're the trade deadline's what, November 28th? So you get like 2 more weeks if you want to trade. That includes trading your picks. So if you want to do that, think about it soon. Next week I'll probably go over the standings and kind of see where everyone's at in fantasy. It's
That'd
pretty
be nice
tight,
to have a
honestly.
recap.
Like besides TIFF, there's no like runaway teams this year. The divisions are tight. The points scored are pretty tight. Everyone else, there's a few outliers like myself, but yeah, it's a competitive year so far. Any other comments on fantasy for this week? Okay, we'll end there. We'll end. You want to talk some shit about your next week's opponent? Anybody?
Who's my next week's opponent?
Vicky. My opponent's Vicky. I'm getting my 3rd win this year. I'm going to go into the losers bracket as not the number 12 seed.
How do I even look at it?
That's my goal.
Standings. I need schedule. Who's my opponent? Oh, Ashley. I can't. Actually, I was just looking up to see if I could have beat Ashley this week with 2 players. And she scored 64.68 points. And I saw Jared Goff and Jonathan Taylor were like a point below her total. So I almost could have beat her with
So
2
close.
players. So that's my trash talk, Ashley. I only need 2 players to almost beat you. Think of that.
I think Mike did that to Jackie one year. Might have been the championship game even, but it was like Julio Jones and somebody else. But it was like Julio Jones goes for like that 50 burger that he does once a season. He did it against Jackie in the championship game, I think. Maybe it wasn't the championship. I can't remember. Yeah, Mike's like, hey, look at this. Could have beat you with only 2 players, and I started 12 of them. It's like, yeah. That's a brutal ass whooping.
The year that Chase and Burrow, Chase's rookie year, I'm pretty sure they had like 80, 90 points together. I'm pretty sure I could have probably beat individual teams. Like in the playoff run, there was like 2 games back to back, and one of the games was like a 40-point for both of them. It was nuts. So yeah, I could definitely see that. There's sometimes those games, especially if you get like those double point type of situations, like a quarterback and a receiver, where you could really just like single-handedly beat someone with 2 players.
I remember who his other player was, but I know one of them was Julio. Julio would do that every so often. He's like, oh, I got 260 yards and 3 touchdowns this game. It's like, yeah, that's Julio Jones. He was so fucking good.
We don't really have any of those like super dominant guys. I mean, yeah, like Jonathan
really.
Taylor's been doing it this year, but it's like I was just thinking about the other day. It's like, yeah, Jonathan Taylor's season's good and all, but he's still not even on pace to beat like LaDainian Tomlinson's touchdown record. And LaDainian Tomlinson like had like 5 games or 5 years in a row that would have probably been the number 1 running back season like almost every year of the past 10 years. It's like we don't have that anymore. I want to learn.
And there was one less game too.
Right.
Like there was one less game back then. It's like, and the offenses weren't they weren't scoring nearly as much as they are now. And it's like, it's crazy that people were doing that back then.
It was, I mean,
But
he was a different. I don't know how much Heebs played, but like it was literally like you started your team with 3 players compared to everyone else starting their team with 1 with the Daniel Thomas, and he was that dominant. He was like what the best of Christian McCaffrey seasons, but actually still better, like on average. Like when Christian McCaffrey played like 25 a game, I'm pretty sure like that like 30 plus touchdown season, he was averaging like almost 30 points a game.
Yeah.
We need more of that. I want some LT back in my life. That was when I got into fantasy football. Him and Larry Johnson and Priest Holmes. They put up just crazy individual numbers. We don't see that stuff.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was playing like Priest Holmes, Sean Alexander.
Yep.
Back in the day.
He's 05. He had like 30 touchdowns. That was really similar.
Yeah, I had him on my team that year.
Oh, nice. I had Larry Johnson in his big season where he had like 1,800 yards and 20 plus touchdowns. I don't think I didn't play a lot of fantasy with LT. I don't think I ever had LT in all of my years.
I never did. I know. I never did either. He was always pretty much consensus number 1 pick every single year he was in the league.
Oh,
I'm just curious because that was before I played. And it was really before I like watched football like I do now. But like, what were those guys' receiving stats back then? Did they even catch the ball? Or were they?
LT
like,
did.
They
LT
get like
probably
yeah,
got
Daniel
most
did.
years. Yeah, LT was probably the best 2-way running back outside.
Was he kind of the start of the dual threat running back?
Marshall Falk was. Marshall Falk was legitimately.
When you go further back, like Emmitt Smith, like he was a running back through and through. Like
yeah.
Adrian Peterson kind of was too. I mean, he got some catches, but like he was a running back through and through too. And like even today, like Derrick Henry, he's a running back through and through. He doesn't get catches, but he still had seasons that are like, damn, you're just dominant on the ground. But I wasn't really sure if those guys were like the dual threat kind of guys that dominate now, or if they were more
pretty
pure.
rare. There was a guy on the Niners too back in the West Coast days in like the 80s, maybe 90s, where he kind of started that too, where he would get like almost 1,000 yards receiving. And then it was like Marshall Falk was the big one with the greatest show on turf. I think he had like 1,000 yards receiving as a running back twice. Yeah, for the most part, like even Barry Sanders would probably be like a 50, 60 catch guy nowadays. And he probably got like 30 catches a season, but like he was a really good receiver. He just wasn't used that way. But in today's NFL, oh my God, you would have so much fun with that guy in open space.
Yeah, well, we're all waiting for the next one.
But
I mean, yeah, it might never be. I mean, defenses have gotten better. Players have just gotten bigger, faster, stronger in general. Like it's hard. It's hard to dominate in that kind of way. But yeah, any other parting words, or should we shut her down?
I got nothing.
All right.
I'm good here.
Well, then we'll enter as we always do with the Jameis Winston quote of the week. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I'm sending up my prayers. I already prayed for his leg.